Welcome. It's Friday, July 3rd. Here's a fun fact. Honey never spoils. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. Now, let's dive into today's headlines. US employers announced nearly 46,000 job cuts in June, down from recent months. Year-to-date layoffs total over 443,000, the second highest first half since 2020, though still below last year. Tech leads the cuts, with more than 139,000 so far, as companies restructure around artificial intelligence. This means automating some jobs and shifting budgets toward new roles. While hiring plans dipped in June, tech firms are still investing heavily in AI talent, cutting some jobs while creating others. US employers announced nearly 46,000 job cuts in June, down from recent months. Year-to-date layoffs total over 443,000, the second highest first half since 2020, though still below last year. Tech leads the cuts, with more than 139,000 so far, as companies restructure around artificial intelligence. This means automating some jobs and shifting budgets toward new roles. While hiring plans dipped in June, tech firms are still investing heavily in AI talent, cutting some jobs while creating others. US and Iranian teams wrapped up 2 days of indirect talks in Doha, with little movement on a final nuclear deal. Instead, they revisited earlier understandings about the Strait of Hormuz, a key global shipping lane. Iran wants to levy tolls once a temporary agreement ends, a plan Washington says could sink broader talks. Both sides agreed to a week of calm after recent ship attacks. Disputes remain over control of the strait and the fate of frozen Iranian funds. President Trump said meetings went well, but tensions persist. Gas prices have slipped to 3. US and Iranian teams. Gas prices have slipped to $3.86 a gallon, the lowest since March, as tensions ease between the US and Iran. The drop is sharpest in western states like Washington and California, slower in the South and Midwest, where prices were already low. Holiday travel demand remains high, which could limit further relief. President Trump has accused major oil companies of price gouging and ordered an investigation. Prices are still about 60 cents higher than a year ago, and experts warn they could rise again if global tensions return. The US is minting about 1,200 new millionaires every day. That's over 440,000 in 2025 alone, nearly half the world's total, according to Swiss bank UBS. The surge comes from owning financial assets like stocks and bonds, which soared in value. The US now counts more than 23 million millionaires. But while average wealth rose nearly 10% since 2020, median wealth, the midpoint, not the average, fell almost 20%, showing that most gains went to those already at the top. Joby Aviation and Toyota are joining forces to build electric air taxis. Their new venture will produce Joby's S4 aircraft, which seats 4 plus a pilot and can hit 200 miles an hour. These electric vertical takeoff and landing planes lift like helicopters, but fly like airplanes, ideal for city hops. Joby already has one key Federal Aviation Administration certificate and is close to full approval. Toyota has invested about $900 million in the company. Shares rose 3% on the news. Joby Aviation and Toyota Ltd. That's it for this. Joby Aviation and Company. Shares rose 3% on the news. That's it for this edition. Have a great day. If you want to know more about any of these stories, just ask.
시작됐네 우리 주님의 은혜이 나의 삶을 다스리는 새롭게 하네 자유하네 죄와 사망으로부터 나의 삶은 변하고 난 충만하네 은혜로다 주의 은혜 한량없는 주의 은혜 은혜로다 주의 은혜 변함없는 신실하신 주의 은혜 시작됐네 우리 주님의 능력이 나의 삶을 다스리고 새롭게 하네 자유하네 죄와 사망으로부터 나의 삶은 변하고 난 충만하네 그대로다 주의 은혜 변장 없는 주의 은혜 은혜로다 주의 은혜 변함없는 신실하신 주의 은혜 노아 안에서 은혜의 풍성하심을 따라 그분의 피로 죄사함 얻습니다 그리스도 안에서 은혜의 풍성하심을 따라 그분의 피로 죄사함 얻습니다 은혜로다 주의 은혜 한량없는 주의 은혜 은혜로다 주의 은혜 한량없는 신실하신 주의 은혜 그리스도 안에서 은혜의 풍성하심을 따라 그분의 피로 죄사함 얻습니다 그리스도 안에서 은혜의 풍성하심을 따라 그분의 피로 죄사함 얻습니다 은혜로다 주의 은혜 한량없는 주의 은혜 은혜로다 주의 은혜 변함없는 신실하신 주의 은혜 은혜로다 주의 은혜 한량없는 주의 은혜 변함없는 신실하신 주의 은혜
성령이 임자여 주시옵소서. 성령이 임자여 주시옵소서.